Édouard Manet was a famous French painter who lived in the 19th century. He was born on January 23, 1832 in Paris, France. His family was quite wealthy, and his father wanted him to study law and have a good career. But Édouard had other plans. He loved art and wanted to become a painter. When he was young, he often visited museums and looked at the paintings of great artists. He was especially interested in the works of Spanish painters like Diego Velázquez and Francisco Goya. These artists inspired him, and he decided to follow his dream. When Édouard was 18 years old, he told his father that he did not want to study law. His father was not happy, but he allowed Édouard to take art lessons. Édouard started studying under Thomas Couture, a well-known painter at the time. Couture taught him how to paint in the traditional style, but Édouard was not completely satisfied. He wanted to try new things and create his own style. He often argued with his teacher, but he also learned a lot from him. After 6 years of studying with Couture, Édouard decided to travel and learn more about art. He visited Italy, Germany, and the Netherlands. During his travels, he saw many famous paintings and learned about different styles of art. When he returned to Paris, he started working on his own paintings. He wanted to paint modern life, not just historical scenes or religious stories like many other artists at the time. One of Édouard Manet's most famous paintings is called Multiplied by the Luncheon on the Grass, Multiplied by. He painted it in 1863, and it caused a lot of controversy. The painting shows two men sitting on the grass with a naked woman. In the background, there is another woman wearing a light dress. The painting was very different from what people were used to seeing. The naked woman was not a mythological figure or a character from a story. She was just an ordinary woman, and this shocked many people. The painting was rejected by the official art exhibition in Paris called the Salon. But Manet did not give up. He showed his painting in another exhibition called the Salon des Refuses, which was for artists whose works were rejected by the official salon. Many people criticized the painting, but some young artists admired it. They saw that Manet was trying to do something new and exciting. Another famous painting by Manet is Multiplied by Olympia, Multiplied by. He painted it in 1863, and it was also very controversial. The painting shows a naked woman lying on a bed, looking directly at the viewer. Her name is Olympia, and she is a courtesan, which means she is a woman who has relationships with rich men for money. In the painting, there is a black maid bringing her flowers. The painting was very realistic, and many people did not like it because it showed a modern, real-life subject. They thought it was too bold and inappropriate. But Manet wanted to show the truth about society, and he did not care if people were shocked. Manet's style was very different from the traditional style of painting. He used bold colors and strong contrasts between light and dark. He did not try to hide his brush strokes, and sometimes his paintings looked unfinished. This was very unusual at the time, and many people did not understand his work. But Manet was not trying to please everyone. He wanted to be honest and show the world as he saw it. He believed that art should reflect modern life, not just the past. Despite the criticism, Manet had many supporters. Some of the most famous artists of the time, like Claude Monet and Edgar Degas, admired his work. They were also trying to create new styles of art, and they saw Manet as a leader. Together, they started a movement called Impressionism. This movement was all about capturing light, color, and movement in a new way. Manet was not officially part of the Impressionist group, but he was very close to them, and often exhibited his paintings with them. Manet's personal life was also interesting. He married Suzanne Leenhoff in 1863. Suzanne was a piano teacher, and she had been giving lessons to Manet's younger brothers. Manet and Suzanne had a son named Leon, but there were rumors that Leon was actually Manet's father's son. This was a big scandal at the time, but Manet always treated Leon as his own son. Manet was also known for his friendships with other artists and writers. He often met with them at cafes in Paris to discuss art and ideas. One of his closest friends was the writer Émile Zola, who supported Manet's work and wrote about it in the newspapers. As Manet grew older, he continued to paint, but his health started to decline. He suffered from a disease called syphilis, which caused him a lot of pain. In 1883, he had to have one of his legs amputated because of the disease. Just a few days later, on April 30, 1883, he died at the age of 51. His death was a great loss to the art world, but his work continued to inspire many artists. Today, Édouard Manet is considered one of the most important painters of the 19th century. His paintings are displayed in museums all over the world, and millions of people admire them. He was a pioneer who changed the way people think about art. He showed that art does not have to be perfect or follow strict rules. It can be bold, honest, and full of life. Manet's work opened the door for modern art, and his influence can still be seen in the work of many artists today. Manet's life was not easy. He faced a lot of criticism and struggled with his health, but he never gave up on his passion for art. He believed in himself and his vision, and he worked hard to achieve his dreams. His story is an inspiration to anyone who wants to follow their own path, even when it is difficult. Édouard Manet's paintings are not just beautiful works of art. They are also a reminder to be brave, to be yourself, and to never stop chasing your dreams.